Hi there, it's Adrian Salisbury from the Pro Video Academy, and in this video today we're not talking about videos, we're actually talking about Kajabi and how to set up a webinar in it and integrate it with WebinarJam. Now in a previous video I showed you how to set up the pipeline for a webinar or for multiple webinars, but in this one I just want to cover the integration and setting up WebinarJam. Now WebinarJam isn't the cheapest solution, but honestly I must have tried all the different webinar platforms trying to avoid using this one because of the cost, but actually it does exactly what we want. Now normally you pay for this either annually or you can pay it across 3 installments, but I've got a link below that will give you 2 months free trial. So you can check it out on there and then it will just take the payment out at the end of that trial. So I definitely recommend that, or by all means if you want to go off and buy it yourself, you can do. And then let me just show you here how we're going to set this up. Now I've got 3 webinars lined up that I'm going to do, and I'm going to bring them all in individually, but let me show you, we really can do this quickly because the bulk of the stuff that WebinarJam does, we're just going to bypass and cut straight through. All right, so let me jump over to my screen and let's go through this. Okay, so we're in WebinarJam. Let's have a look now. We're going to go through the new webinar. We're going to do the Express because, as I say, we don't need registration pages, we don't need emails, all of that stuff. We're just going to fly through this as quick as we can. So we're going to give it a name. How to look professional on video or live stream is the title of mine. So one's for reference only, this is for the title, all right? The description, something like that. Confirm, don't need to worry about presenters. We're going to schedule. Now, I've made the mistake before on here and I'm not quite sure, it maybe does work, but it does give us an option to add multiple dates, and I've run through this before and put 3 all in at once, but I want 3 different links. I want to know that this is going to work. So I'm going to put this in. So my first one, if I jump over here, my registration page, what have we got? I've got one on here on the 30th of Jan at 5 p.m. GMT. So 30th of Jan, 5 p.m. London. Okay, confirm that. I'm not going to add any more to this. Not interested in the registration page because we're going to bypass straight past it. Alerts, we don't want emails, so let's delete that and delete that. Confirm. How quick was that? Okay, so that's taken us through. Go to our dashboard. So this is for one webinar. So my links are up here, and invite people to your webinar, direct link to the live room. Now I can edit this if I want to. So instead of that mess up there, I can call it Pro Video or something like that. Ticket and copy that link. Now, all I do, the place that I need to put that link into my pipeline, if you remember, was actually back here. This is my webinar page. So my emails that will be going out in advance of the webinar are telling people to come to this page here. So just before the webinar, this is the page they're going to arrive at. And all I need to do is put underneath that call to action there, go to a URL, and in there I paste in my link. I can tell it to open it in a new window just to be sure that that page is still sitting there behind it, and I save it. So if, like me, you want to create multiple webinars, all we've got to do is click the clone button over here and follow through the steps. We're putting a new schedule in, so this one isn't going to be at this time. This one is the 30th at 8 p.m. And that one's in and registered too. Now actually this clone way is slower because it's taken us through every page on there. But that's basically copied it out then. I could just rename it. Let's take that clone one off and just call it number 2. So now we've got 2 different webinars at 2 different times. So it is as simple as that. What will happen is they're going to click that link, and in fact, let me show you what will happen. This is them going through. They're going to be prompted to put their name in, their email. It doesn't matter if it's different. Enter now, and they're going to go straight into the lounge, and it will say waiting for the host, or if I've already started, then they'll come straight in. They're getting no emails come through from WebinarJam. They're not going through any registration pages. There's no follow-up page. All that's going to happen for the replay is WebinarJam is going to create a video for me, and I just download that video, upload it into Kajabi on a page. Let me just have a look. So my replay page is going to sit here. And that's the video that came through from last time. What I did was just take the end bit off. On the replay, people don't want to hear you saying, hi, so-and-so, tell us where you're from. So I took that off the start, tidied a bit up at the end as well when I was hanging around with questions. Totally up to you. It's still an hour and a half long, but I did all that and I posted it up here, and I did just compress it down inside Handbrake to get it smaller, but fine, absolutely. And there it is. So you can see there my video from last time. This is because I've just cloned it across and it's in there from previously. Well, my clock's just ticked over to 7, like a 10-second delay. I'm going to do a... Okay, so that's that. And then a link to the registration page below. We're just back in and we're following through now. So that's how I integrate it. What I also do, and maybe this is a topic for another video when I actually do it, is what WebinarJam will do is give me an Excel spreadsheet with all the conversation that happened on the webinar. So I can actually see who made what comments, and this allowed me last time around to just send some individual messages to people and say, hi, you mentioned this on the webinar, let me just follow up. So that was really good. It was actually Adam, a friend of mine, that suggested that idea, sending a personal video to people, and it worked really well. But it does allow you to import that group, so you can go into the control panel in WebinarJam. As I say, I will do another video, but I haven't got that content in here yet. You can find the people that attended your webinar, you can bring them in, you can import them into Kajabi and tag them as attended webinar, and then you can send them a different email to the people who registered but didn't attend. So I think that's pretty easy, pretty slick, and actually I've done, I don't know how, probably 10 webinars now, which I know some of you have done way more than that. But I've got to say, the way that I could bring this into Kajabi, the experience, I love using WebinarJam as I'm actually doing it. And I love that I can use Kajabi for the simplicity of it. And to me, this just ties the two together beautifully, and I'm really happy. Please reach out if you've got any questions. Do check out the other videos that I've got here about Kajabi. And of course, come over to our Facebook community group, Pro Video Made Easy. I'd love to meet you on there. By all means, ask me any questions about this stuff. And if you're interested in how to make videos like this, well, that's what I teach inside the Pro Video Academy. I'd love to work with you. You'll find the details on my page, adriansalisbury.com. Thanks ever so much. I'll see you in another video.